Andre, tell me a little bit about your experiences growing up as a kid who stutters.
So for a kid who stutters, it was very rough. I did not start to stutter until I was maybe 6 to 7 years old. So the largest thing for me was trying to learn how not to, and that was very rough for me, especially being that young. I did not begin to stutter until a week or two after my father passed away, and that's what really caught me off, and that's what caught me off guard, because I didn't know what it was at the time, and then me being so young, it was very frustrating. I lost my grandfather, and me losing those two within 3-4 months was very hard for a 6-year-old child to absorb. I just had to accept and learn that it's very tough for a mom to raise three kids by herself, and then 10 years later losing my older brother was also very hard to absorb. And I'm knowing it was hard for her because she lost 3 of her closest in a matter of 10 years apart. So it's like, and then as the years went from 2016 to now, she's like she's my road dog, she's my friend. So it's like I can call her to talk to her about anything, and she can also do the same as well.
What do you want to tell kids who stutter now?
Do not stop talking like I once did for a very long time.
What helped you move from not talking back into talking?
The largest thing for me was the relationships that I continue to grow closer to, as far as family, friends, teammates as well. Coaches as well too.
How has football been a part of your stuttering journey?
Football for me is like my mind is completely blank. It's where I feel comfortable to just be me, and it helps me let like the ones who may not know me, like it lets me be me a very high level.
You transferred from McNeese to play football here at Marshall. Tell me a little bit about that transition.
For one, I was terrified. The largest thing for me was to go meet new people, and it's the fact that like I couldn't have my mom to be there with me, so it made me see like I'm going to have to start to speak more, and that right there is what kind of scared me to even transfer. But I'm very glad I made that decision at the end of last fall. So whenever I first transferred, I had numerous of ways of how this move would turn out to be. It could go this way or that way, and it turned out to be one of the greatest choices I've ever made.
What do you want people to know about talking to a person who stutters? What are some things that are helpful and some things that are unhelpful?
I would say the number one thing is to remain calm with them, and to remain patient as well, because it's like for someone to trying to say what they really want to say, and they can't say it, like it's hard. But like for someone who really who won't know, I would say just take your time with them to make them feel that they can always remain themselves around you, and that's what I look for. Like I look for people who really want to, for one, they really want to talk to me, and they know that I stutter, and then for them to just take their time. And I would say things that are unhelpful is like trying to rush them to say what they're trying to say, because it'll just make things even worse. Or like cutting them off of what they're trying to say, I would probably say is not as helpful.
What good has come from stuttering?
I would say I'm very unique. I'm not like most, and I've learned to accept myself. For me, it took 20 it took me 20 20 it took me 20 it took me 23 years to accept myself. For me, but I'm just glad that I'm slowly starting to accept myself. For me, and I'm kinda and I'm glad I am this way, because I'm not like most.